Project 3 by Hallie Bullins. In A Thousand Splendid Suns, Husseini creates a narrative that the oppression of women is evidenced across all different kinds of households and living situations. Every woman in Afghan culture is subjected to the cruelty of gender inequality. Even before the Taliban came to power, women were treated a lot less equally than men, and this only intensified once the Taliban came to power. Under Taliban rule, Afghan women were forced to follow oppressive laws. For example, women were forbidden to appear on the balconies of their apartments or houses. Women must not speak loudly in public, as it is shameful for a stranger to hear a woman's voice. Places that included the word women in the name were changed. An example of this would be a woman's bathroom would be changed to a spring bathroom. If the Taliban's laws were not followed, women would be subjected to banishment, beatings, and even death, which we see an example of in the story when Maryam stands up to Rashid and is punished by death for it. Maryam, Layla, Aziza, and all the other women in the story were subjected and suffered from this injustice. Rashid, Maryam, and Layla's husband, was a perfect example of someone who oppressed women. Rashid only saw women as valuable for childbearing, so when Maryam was unable to give him a child, specifically a son, he beat her and mistreated her. However, the ability to bear children does not protect you from the oppression of gender inequality. Even Layla, who was able to give Rashid a child, was beat because her first child wasn't a male. The only approval given to Layla was when she gave birth to his son Zalmay. In the book, Rashid says, "I am your husband now, and it falls on me not only your honor, but also ours." Rashid saw the honor of his wife as his honor. It belonged to him, and they had no autonomy. Women also had no way to live independently. They were not allowed to do anything without their husbands or male relatives present. For example, both Maryam and Layla were forced to marry a man that they didn't love in order to make a living for themselves. The only way that Layla was able to escape this oppression was for Maryam to sacrifice herself. Even though Maryam killed Rashid to protect Layla, she was executed because women had no say in the Taliban justice system, and a man's word was always taken before a woman's. This brings the story full circle, as the women spent their whole lives serving men, but in the end, they chose to serve one another out of love, not because they were forced to.